friend, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Thursday, July 28th, 2022, a little after 3 p.m. Eastern. We'll be having a reverse aging health call tomorrow night, Friday, the 29th at 9 p.m. Eastern. From the smallest grain of sand on the beach to the largest galaxy in the universes, everything is necessary to create perfection and balance in creation. Your existence on this planet is a vital piece in the great jigsaw puzzle in life. You know how annoying it would be to organize and complete a billion-piece puzzle, finally figure it all out, and then realize you're missing one last piece. Your life is more important than you know. You are greatly needed. The best thing is there's no pressure at all. Just be yourself. However you're showing up today is exactly what the universe needs. While you're hanging out here, relax and enjoy your naturally sweet, soft heart presence. There's nothing more amazing, healing and guiding for us to experience in you. Maybe the best thing of it all is that your heart's presence can be felt while you're doing anything. Stillness is the greatest achievement one can have in this life. Papa J. Do you ever feel, especially now with this massive transformation, do you ever feel a bit overstimulated or overwhelmed by the complicated, fast-paced systems we're all operating within? As you may realize, we are living in very exciting times that can be a bit too much to digest. This world and its consciousness are changing faster than ever before. And sometimes our minds have trouble navigating these changes. The good news is that you have a choice. We always have a choice. You don't have to let chaotic feelings of overwhelm rule your existence. You can learn how to let go, relax, and remain receptive to what life has to offer you. You can choose to refocus your energies on what is healing and create a more relaxed and enjoyable way of living that deeply nourishes your body, mind, and soul. It's good to know that we humans can only reap the richest and most fulfilling rewards life has to offer when we are living life from a relaxed, centered, and peaceful place. To transcend something, it helps to better understand it. So what really causes overwhelm? You know that feeling where you just kind of go, this is way too much. This is ridiculous, right? It first originates from those deeper beliefs that say that we should or shouldn't be experiencing something. And we judge the experience that we are having. Overwhelm can often contain this internalized time pressure from deadlines. that you, not your boss, have placed on yourself. This means you choose to have too much to do in too little time. This is all about overpromising to ourselves and under-delivering. If you continue buying into all the things your mind says you have to do, and how everything must be done as soon as possible, happiness can seem like an impossible dream. If you believe in all the ideas that your mind is constantly spinning around you like a spider web, you will start feeling trapped in your life. Thoughts are harmless in themselves. It is when we latch onto our thoughts like a life preserver and believe that they are the true reality of our existence, that suffering is created in our world. If we are constantly chasing the illusions of our minds, we will simply end up tired, frustrated, and overwhelmed. If we are constantly chasing the illusions of our minds, we will simply end up tired, frustrated, and overwhelmed. You ever felt that way? I think we all have once or twice. The mind has been programmed to endlessly search, seek, and pillage to find happiness, fulfillment, and abundance in the outer world. This constant search will never satisfy you and can only bring exhaustion. This is the perfect experience, so you will retire the mind and discover the infinite spiritual source of your being. Retire the mind, which means you do not engage it. Watch it. Master it. The only way that we find that true happiness and fulfillment our minds desperately seek is to recognize that the God source is always here now. Always. When you connect with that peaceful stillness that is who you truly are, you automatically feel a deep sense of fulfillment. This is when you will naturally relax and see the futility of striving so hard for outer contentment. This is important, very much so, where we see the futility of striving so hard for outer contentment. Imagine what it would be like to fully relax into this moment and stop worrying so much about achieving something in the next moment. Simply choose to allow your mind and physical body to completely relax. If you truly know that the now moment is perfect and focus simply on what you are doing in each single second instead of the future, you will naturally start to relax. It is impossible to feel overwhelmed when you are completely present to the now and see the perfection of the now moment, because overwhelm is a feeling generated by future thoughts. So if you start to feel overwhelmed by your life, simply stop and begin to practice the fine art of trusting the perfection of each moment as it arises. Whenever you start to feel overwhelmed, the best thing to do is to simply take a few deep breaths in. Most of us breathe in a very shallow ways because we are constantly being driven by all of the thoughts our minds are throwing at us. Each time we take a deep breath, we relax our body-mind. The more we breathe deeply, the more we naturally let go of feelings of stress and begin feeling more peaceful and centered about our lives. The body may resist relaxation at first, yet if you imagine that everyone you love is looking at you with eyes of love, your body will eventually melt and let go. This universe is literally holding you in a warm cradle of love. It is taking care of all of your needs. And all you need to do is simple focus on relaxing your body-mind so that you can receive all of this love and support. A relaxed body-mind is a receptive one that is open to receiving support and help from the universe. The more receptive our body-minds are, the easier it is for us to navigate through our lives. Here's one technique to practice this week to help you completely relax, transcend overwhelm, and finally find peace within. Every morning, as soon as you wake up, bring your attention to your breath. Notice how open, relaxed, and peaceful you are. You may be really relaxed or barely conscious that you're relaxed. Yet just upon waking up, watch the breath during these precious moments. It will soon open you up to finding a sense of freedom and spaciousness inside you. Use this time to free your mind from all concerns and relax deeper into the spacious creative energy that you are. Hang out in this spacious feeling as long as you can. Then during your day, take time to return to the memory of this feeling, to re-enter and explore this spacious feeling again and enjoy it. You see the breath? And remember, being overwhelmed, which we've all been there more than once, is outer future. That's exactly what it is. It's outer future. And we all go there. You know, none of us are exempt from it. We go there. And things fill up. Where, you know, you're looking at future, again, future, you go mind future, you go mind past, and you say, oh, God, I've got to do that, I've got to do this, got to do that, I got to get this done, I got to get that done, I got to get this done, I got to get that done. And it starts filling up, your pressure. You ever felt that? This is the overwhelm feeling. And you say to yourself, I've got so much to do. How am I going to get all that done? And see, we're doing it, we do it. See, we do it to ourselves. Right? We've talked about in our meditations where we slow, like, can you imagine being able to slow down 50%? Right? Slow down 50% during the course of your day. consciously. Make the effort, decide to, choose to. So, and then you become aware. Once you focus your attention on something, you become aware of it. And you say to yourself, I'm going to slow down 50% today. And it's amazing. You could look at your watch, right? And you can say, I'm running late. But then you can say, I'm fine. Everything will fall into place. I'm not worried about the time. And I could guarantee you that everything will fall into place. And you'll realize it. And you'll say, see, everything fell into place for me. So when that begins, right? When you go into the future, right? And you start thinking, and you start picking, and you start adding all these things that you have put on yourself that you've got to get done. And you start filling up with being overwhelmed. In that process, you can stop, slow down, focus on your breath, right? And that overwhelmness will disappear. Because you're in the now. And being in the now, as we know, is paramount for all of us. And it's a choice. Why would any of us, other than habit, why would we focus on the future and get in such a hurry that we always have so many things to do, right? And have you ever done that where you've done all these things and then you got a whole bunch more things that you've filled up your bag with that you've got to get done, even though the other things that you haven't completed that you're doing, and then you add all these other things. And then you throw your hands up in the air and you say, I just can't do all this. This is impossible. How did I get in this position? You went into the future. So we decide we go to a place where we won't be interrupted, right? And we are, all of us. And we focus on one thing, relaxing our bodies. And we do this through our breath. You can focus on your breath all day long. It's not going to interrupt anything, really. You can focus on your breath from morning till night and continuously. So when you focus on your breath, magical things happen. And the first one is that the body begins to deflate. It decompresses. And in the years that I was a massage therapist, I learned that our men and women, they store their stress in very unusual places. It doesn't mean that I'm going to store my stress here. I'm not talking about that. Everybody's different, and the stress is stored in certain areas. Now, at first, it's not a big deal. You just don't notice it, right? You have a stressful week, and then it passes, and then you move on, right? And then through the years, you keep storing it. And then biological things happen, right? A lot of people who store their stress, fear, and anxiety in the lower part of the body, right? The gluteus maximus, the rear. Some people come down with what? Phlebitis, sciatica. Okay, and that's created years and years and years of storing stress. Other people have cardiovascular disease. Other people have liver, kidney disease. Other people have diabetes. All of these things, factually, are generated by stress. Okay? It breaks down the actual molecular tissue of the body. And it takes a while. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes a long time for this to occur. In most of us, in different ways. So when you focus on your breath, the body decompresses. It de-stresses. And why is that? Because you have chosen to leave the ego mind alone. You chose to say, you're stilling them. And understand that the mind is an illusion. And it creates the ego to assist it, which is also an illusion, which the subconscious mind is also an illusion. So when we focus on our breath, we move out of the ego mind because we move into the now, moment to moment, breath to breath. And see, what happens is that the ego mind does not exist in the now. It doesn't. See, we put out 60,000 thoughts plus a day. All of us do, every day, 24/7. Doesn't mean we know them, right? Most of them we don't know because we haven't mastered our thoughts. So then we have tens of millions and billions of thoughts that fly by like clouds in the sky with us. But 99.999% of those are not ours. Okay? And then we have the mind chatter. We all know what that is, right? That incessant noise, just constant. It all leaves when you move into the now. Guarantee you. Try it. If you haven't, do it. You'll see. So you move into the now, then you're able to begin to master the ego mind, the subconscious mind, because you're not participating in it. You're not in the future, and you're not in the past. You're only in the now. But see, now they're not going to just walk away, right? They want you in the future or the past. They want you there because that's where they master you. You kind of picture them, really, with a little bit of hilarity, humor. You kind of picture the ego mind, subconscious mind, like that, you know the cartoon character Looney Tunes, the Tasmanian Devil, right? That's how they are. They're flailing around everywhere, and they, never enough, got to have more security, got to have this is not enough, I'm not happy with this, I got to do this, and it's constant, right? And never satisfied. Ever, ever, ever satisfied. For any length of period of time. Yeah, a little bit. Satisfied here for a short period of time, satisfied there, but it's short-lived across the board. So it's always more, always more, always more, always more, always more. Always more. Never ending, never ending, never ending, never ending, never ending, never ending. Gets pretty frustrating. So in the now, focused on our breath, what happens? We're only focused on the now. And everything out there doesn't exist. It's illusion. None of us, throughout the generations of existence of humanity, through the heart-mind, can truly, honestly say to themselves, I will wake up tomorrow morning. They can't. Nobody can. And if they think they can, then they're in the ego mind and they're fooling themselves. Or because it's the ego mind. Oh, yes, I can. Oh, I can guarantee that. We can't. We all know that. So when we make the choice, we decide for ourselves. No one else decides for us. to move into the now. The body relaxes. Stress, anxiety, fear, worry, hatred, anger float away. They just fall off. Right? And you're at ease. In that state, maintaining that state, which is our natural state of being, you would not get sick. You would not experience stress. You would not experience fear. You would not experience hatred, anger, greed, dissatisfaction, distress. You wouldn't. None of it would exist. None of it. Ever. This is about the mastership of the journey within. That's what this is all about. It's not about out there. Guys, we've been doing this for tens of thousands of years, entering physical forms, right? Having amnesia, and then experiencing that physical form for however long, and then doing it again and again and again and again and again and again. Okay? We've all literally, seriously, are masters of the material physical world. It may not appear that way because we don't have memories of all those lifetimes, but we are. And it's a distraction, right? And we created it. We all created this. It's entertainment for us. Why, what else the heck are we going to do when we enter physical forms? It's entertainment. That's all it is. When you go watch a movie, you don't record the movie and take it home and watch it over and over and over and over again, do you? No. You watch it, you enjoy it, and that's it. This out there is like that. That's why we created it the way we created it. We did create it, the gods that we are within these bodies. And it's imperative that we also practice. There's a lot of practice going on. We practice to be gentle, kind, generous, and humble with ourselves at all times. And to be in the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, the purest of the purest purest. Eternal love, gratitude, and peace. Gratitude, as we know, is major, major, major. We will never run out of being grateful. There's so many things once we focus our attention on it. And, it's interesting. When we give to others, right, which are part of us, the gods in these bodies, not the body, but when we give to others, right, we're receiving. When they give to others, they're receiving. That's how it works. But as soon as doubt, fear, worry, stress come in, wipes that out. Now, we can always find ourselves standing in the now, right? The center path. We find ourselves facing three paths. We're in the center path, the now. We look to our left, we see yesterday path, the past. We look to our right, we see tomorrow, future path. We notice that the trees have formed a golden canopy over each path, and the shimmering golden leaves and branches and bark. We also see the path itself is a brilliant emerald green flaming grass. And because we're curious, so we look and we look at the different paths and we say, wow, look at the shape of yesterday. Look at the shape of the past, that path. Oh, worn out. Look at the one on the right, the future, tomorrow. That's all worn out. Why is that? Well, we know. ego mind keeps us out of the now. That's as simple as it gets. Keeps us out of the now. It doesn't exist in the now. Why would it want to keep us in the now? Why would it try to move us into the now? It wouldn't be the opposite. So this is why the yesterday and tomorrow paths are so worn. And the center path looks almost brand new. Now, we all reminisce, we all have memories, and it's fun, you know. We have nostalgia. We keep things because it's keepsakes, right? Those keepsakes, because they have memories. And every time we look at them, it reminds us of those. You know, your dad gave, you know, it's like my grandfather gave me this, I'm going to give it to you. And then there's a little story. And so we reminisce, and it doesn't matter, we could be doing anything, and all of a sudden we have this feeling that comes in and says, boy, I remember this, I had such a good time. And this reminds me of that. I wouldn't mind doing that again. And we also reference things. You say, you know, I did this a certain way this one time, it didn't work. And I figured out why it didn't work. And I know now that if I did that again and I did it this way, it would work. So we'll take that yesterday path. And, you know, you go up some stairs, you open the door, and you turn a light, and you go inside. This is the Great Hall, whatever you'd like to call it. And we each have one. And the Great Hall is filled with all of your lifetimes, all the experiences, everything, even future lifetimes. How does all that get there? The subconscious mind, which we inherit when we enter these bodies, is a recorder. And it records everything, not just this lifetime, but all lifetime. And it does it very finitely, and it doesn't miss a thing. It records it all and it stores it in the Great Hall. Then on occasion, it plays it back randomly. You never know when it's going to play it back. So you could be anywhere doing anything in your life. And all of a sudden, you get this feeling, and the feeling usually comes from the heart, is where it comes. And this feeling is like, wait a minute. I've done this before. I've been here before. And what's interesting about it is that you have. It's not a figment of your imagination. You're reliving a time that you've already lived. That's what that is. So when we go into the Great Hall, and we go to shelves and drawers, and we get some movies, some pictures, and some books about our lives, right? Could be just the present, or it could be others. Experiences. And we sit in an easy chair, and there's this big white screen, if you will. It's a rectangle, it's just floating in the air. And we watch some of the movies. We read some of the books, we look at some of the pictures. And we really, truly, we do have a good time. And, you know, we just look at things and review things. Wow, wasn't this a great time? But we don't stay there. We'll go and put everything away and turn off the lights, shut the door, and we'll move forward in life. And on occasion, we'll revisit it. However, some of us, unconsciously, it's easy to do. We stay there so long because we're having such a good time. We get carried away. And we end up taking the past, we bring it into a future that doesn't exist. We create that future from that past, and we relive that past, that future. And this is why people will say, no matter what we do, we always seem to end up here. Now, we go into the future. You know why we go into the future? Ego mind. Sitting there tugging us, poking us. You got to find this out. You got to know what's going on. You got to know what's going to be happening for you. You you got to figure this out. And so we get anxious and hurried. You ever been anxious and hurried, So we'll take the future path, the tomorrow path. And we look for external authority. We're looking for answers, aren't we? So there's a lot of external authority that the universe makes available. And you've got psychics, clairvoyants, you've got astrologers, numerologists, tea leaf readers, palm readers, pendulum readers, card readers. It goes on and on and on. So we'll go to one of them, and we ask them, they ask the question, what would you like to know with your life? And most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, the main question is posed is that, when am I going to have enough money to enjoy my life? In so many words. So they will go ahead and, let's say it's a card reader, and they'll flip the cards down on the table, deal them out, place them, and then they'll start going through the cards. And then they'll start sharing things with you. And then they'll say, from what it looks like to me, and the way the cards are laid, and the meanings of the cards, you're going to receive a major sum of money in a very short period of time. And it's going to come out of the clear blue, and you're never going to expect it. Okay? There's different, we respond differently. So some people, like the first group, will just kind of to themselves just think it's funny, right? Because they're pessimists and they don't believe in that stuff. And they just did it for fun. Then you have the other group that absolutely embraces it, white knuckles it, and it like almost smothers it. They form expectations and attachments to the outcome of this, right? They put it in their calendars and they write it down, right? You can hold things carefully, right? But not to the point where you suffocate them. And then you have the third group that looks and embraces the information, but they also want to make sure that it's as clear as can be for the universe to begin to manifest for them. So they do that, and then they send it out to the universe, and they have no doubt. They have no fear. They have total trust in themselves and the universe. The universe has always got your back. It always has had your back. It is you that push it away. So it'll manifest for them. They don't have attachments to the outcome. They don't have expectations. They just know. They just know. And it isn't ego mind, it's heart mind. Now the other two, once in a blue moon. Okay. So we're consciously aware. We wouldn't be in this meditation if we weren't somewhat consciously aware. Consciously aware means that we know that we are of and from the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, the purest of the purest purest, eternal love. Now, we know we have parts of ourselves, the gods that we are, that are stone cold asleep, have been for a long time. And we have other parts of us that are consciously aware, that are awake. We deeply love all the parts of ourselves, the gods that we are, because there's no separation and we're all one anyway. Now, because we're not separate, the illusion of the body makes it feel like we're separate, but we're not. Every species, every physical existence has a God with it. Right? So we experience things. What else are we going to do? What's what we do? We experience things. We inhabit physical forms. We experience them. We leave them. We move on to other forms. We're energy. We're pure energy. Cosmic, pure, unadulterated energy. Pure love. Pure consciousness. And so we change form. We move fluidly through existence. And we will inhabit physical form. We will leave physical form. We will move into other forms. We will experience those forms. And we do this endlessly. It's always infinity and beyond. We also will discover with the journey within that you'll be able to be in more than one place at one time. And this isn't connected to the ego mind, it's the heart mind. It's just the things that we are able to do. And you will discover that you'll be able to travel, the God that you are, anywhere in the universe is in a blink of the eye. You won't need a starship. Not there yet, but acknowledging it is halfway there, without doubt. So we look at this planet, the gods that we are in these bodies, right? And we decide that, there's just too much pure evil on this planet. There's too much darkness, pain, suffering, anxiety. And it's been here way too long. So we've decided, the gods that we are, to eliminate it. And we eliminate it with the omnipotently powerful, unmatched frequency of pure, deep, eternal love. So, in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance, and all of that flooding this planet. And our God force, love, light, energies, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever, and it continues to intensify, grow, and expand. Not just this solar system, not just this planet, but throughout this galaxy, and throughout this universe, and throughout all existence. What we do here and what we have engaged with affects all creation. It's like the stone that you drop in a placid body of water. You see it, when you drop it, you see it wave out, right? Makes these little waves that go out, and eventually they disappear. It's what you cannot see. It affects the entire body of water. You only see the beginning. You can't see all the way through, but it's affecting that entire body of water, dropping that pebble on that placid body of water. That's what we're doing with this little planet. Now, when you realize this is all of us, this is all of the off-worlders, galactic, celestials, all of these different civilizations, and we only know a smidgen of them. Pleiadians, Sirians, Arcturians, Andromedans, right? Felines, Eta Reticuli, Anunnaki, Nords, Greys, Draco, Reptilian, Golden Pyramid, Avion. That's like a fraction, a molecule, compared to all the other civilizations in all existence. Inhabitants of this planet, like Hollow Earth, Agartha, Beneath Earth, Inner Earth, all of those civilizations, the Venusians, the Saturnians, the Jupiterians, all of them. The physical form is the illusion. The God within is the one. No difference in all the loved ones that have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. That's the God, the part of the God that we are, that leaves that body. fairy sprites, elves, gnomes, dwarves, trees, trolls, elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, wood, mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, centaur, and minotaur. The God that inhabits those bodies is part of the God that inhabits these bodies that we're in. The archangels, they inhabit physical form, believe it or not. They do. They're not a wisp. And they know, because they help us with our amnesia constantly, they know that the God within these bodies is the same as the God within the bodies, their bodies. Now we begin to ascend above this planet, right? We levitate, we move upward. And the light that we're saturating and permeating and flooding this planet with emanates from the gods that we are in these bodies. Pure, deep, eternal love, the highest of the highest high vibrational frequency. And we come in contact with it's like a ocean of glitter. It's everywhere. And it's glittering and reflecting unlike anything we have ever laid our eyes upon. And the reflection, these look like little microscopic mirrors, are all of us, the gods that we are, reflecting upon each other. So we enter those, and we discover that all of us are teaching and learning and teaching from each other all the time, 24/7. Seriously. And it's like 2% of us right now are in the journey within. 98% are in the journey without the material physical world. Isn't that amazing? So those of us who have decided on our own to go within, we see things differently. We look at everything, and we view everything. We don't judge it. We watch things. We notice that, you know something, that bird is telling me something. And for you, that bird is telling you something. No one else, you. That butterfly that keeps flying around me, right? And most people bat it, they kind of shoot away, right? But those with the internal journey, they look at it much differently. That butterfly is literally trying to get my attention to teach me something, to convey something to me. Could be freedom. It could be lightheartedness. It could be lay back, relax, enjoy your surroundings. So there's so many, and it's all animals. It's all physical forms. It could be a tree, a bush. It could be a blade of grass. Anything. It could be a bug in a rug, fly on the wall, a horse, a cow, a cat, a dog. It's constant. It's everywhere. Now, the ones that are focused on the material physical world, and it isn't a negative, they just miss it. They don't see it. They don't pick it up. On occasion, maybe a little bit, but most of the time, no. As we transcend, more and more of us will begin to go the journey with it. More and more of us will begin to realize that everything is a teacher. Now, we create columns of light, the gods that we are. I mean, a lot of this is to remind us of things because we have amnesia. So we have Archangel Raphael, who comes in with an omnipotently powerful emerald green flaming healing light. Right? This is created to remind us all that the gods that we are within these bodies are the power to heal these bodies. Now, we acknowledge that, so we're halfway there. Then Archangel Michael comes in. He's carrying a violet, blue, purple flaming light. And this is to remind us, the gods that we are, of our omnipotent power, strength, and result. Then we have the white fire. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all that from head to toe, inside and out, we are protected. We are of pure, deep, eternal love vibrational frequency. That's what this white fire armor is. And it's the highest of the highest high vibrational frequencies. So lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies, pure evil, souls that have taken in too much darkness, they can't come around us. They'll vaporize. They can't hold that low frequency form in such a high frequency. They'll just disintegrate. So what do? They leave us alone. But, see, you're the only one who has the power to lower your vibrational frequency. And it can be consciously or unconsciously. See? It doesn't necessarily mean to know that you are literally aware. And we do this through hatred, anger, greed, fear, worry, stress, envy, hurriedness, revenge. We will lower our vibrational frequency low enough, create a breach in our white fire armor, allowing all the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. Then there are all kinds of possibilities of demon possession, attachment, and all kinds of unpleasantries. Now, we do decide to do this. We have fail-safes, the gods that we are in these bodies. And we create this double column of light. And the double column of light, the first part of it is the purple transmuting flame. This reminds us that we bring in the purple transmuting flame. We transmute all these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies and neutralize substance. We send them to pure consciousness where they are, no more. Second part of this column of light is the violet ray. This reminds us that we bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame, cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor and restoring our vibrational frequency to the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. We're then met with the golden white pink light. This is a column of light that we, the gods within these bodies, created to remind us all that we are the sun, the sunlight. We are the rain and the rainbows. We are the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams. We are the sunsets and the sunrises. We are the clouds and the skies. We are the trees and the forests and the soils and all the animals. We're everything. Everything is us. There's different perspectives and viewpoints. Many and the majority of us will look at a sunset or a sunrise and will say, boy, that is really beautiful. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? And we'll take pictures, videos. It isn't the one part about it, it is amazing and it is beautiful because it's you, the God that you are. Those of us who journey within, we will look at that from a whole different perspective. Through the heart-mind, that is the God that I am. Period. No argument. Through the heart-mind. It's just a matter of fact. And we do this with everything. Now, we continue to ascend above the planet in higher and higher vibrational frequencies. Some of us step outside our physical form, hover effortlessly above it. The reason we do this is because we can. And it's fun. Now we come in contact with this massive crystal light tower. We, the gods in these bodies, created this tower. Larger than the solar system and beyond. Center of the column is a massive oblong sphere. The center of the sphere is a golden white ball of light. It, in turn, is surrounded by numerous multicolored rings of light that seem to go to infinity and beyond. This creates a super bright, white, glittering cloud. And it's absorbed through our heart minds, and it feels like a warm embrace that never ends. We discovered that the golden white ball of light is the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, the purest of the purest purest, eternal love, gratitude, well-being, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, massive prosperity, and massive abundance. And we realize that all of this is a reflection of the gods that we are within these bodies. Now, at the top of this column, we designed it so that the golden ocean, the gods that we are, we designed that so the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees, 24/7, infinity beyond. What is the golden ocean? It is pure, deep, eternal love. And it is permeating, flooding, and saturating this planet, infinity and beyond. And what are we? We are drops of this golden ocean. We also hold the essence of this golden ocean. Golden ocean is the drops, drops of the golden ocean. The only illusion is separation. Now we see our meditative sphere. We, the gods that we are within this bodies, created this sphere almost 4.5 years ago. Actually, 4.5 years ago. This sphere can be seen, heard, and felt, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. Continues to grow, intensify, and expand, infinity and beyond. It is moving step by step to 1,900 meditations in perpetual motion. All of us gods, hundreds of millions of us, consciously aware, on and off world, all one, flooding this planet, nonstop. Every day, 7 days a week for 4.5 years. That is massive. It is very far-reaching. It affects all things. In all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. Now, we can always watch what we've created as the gods that we are, watch, not judge, on what's happening with this planet in all life, the highest supreme value in the universe is. You focus on your breath, you move into the now, and you can float, you can watch everything. You can see what we've done, the gods that we are. Right? We created an atmosphere on this planet that is a golden white, pink, shimmering light. You can walk through it. You can move through it. You can float through it. And it's everywhere. It's the sky, it's the ground, it's everywhere. And this is the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, the purest of the purest purest, eternal love. And you watch and you see all this dark matter. It's beyond black, right? And it's goop in it, and you've got the AI rogue dark matter. You've got the pure evil dark matter. You've got the souls that have absorbed too much darkness dark matter. All of this is it's being evacuated from the planet. It is being totally disintegrated. It moves in to this field that we the gods have created, and it vaporizes. It can't hold that form. It's too low frequency. It disintegrates into nothingness. So in other words, it doesn't exist anymore. In the hundreds of thousands of years that it has infested this planet, it is being eliminated through pure, deep, eternal love. And this doesn't end. This is an infinity. This deep, eternal love will continue to flood this planet, all life on it, infinity and beyond. It doesn't stop. We will continue to elevate, to increase our vibrational frequencies through the journey within. We will continue to do this. We will go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and on. And higher and higher and higher vibrational frequencies. This is massively exciting. This is why we're here in this now. All of us. The basic struggle of our lives in its essential nature is divine. Respect the struggle and it will relax. Then you will see the real beauty of your being. Notice today that it is that we are continuously struggling against. What is it? Take a few minutes and let go of any agenda you have that is causing any sort of internal battle, no matter how important it seems. Explore what it feels like for a few moments to be free from it. Releasing is an absolutely effortless process. It really is. There's no efforting in letting go. Just set the intention to release the struggle and let the universe handle the details. I'll join you in a meditation. I'll return to close us out. Take an easy and slow breath in through the nose. Then an easy and slow breath out through the mouth. You ever noticed how your mind is a relentless thinking, striving, and demanding machine? It is always busy, always attempting to create a new you. And the ironic thing is that with all the busyness, there's never enough time to stop and experience the real infinite you. Randomly today, be aware of the entertaining thoughts your mind focuses upon. Whatever your stories are about your past and future, do not buy into them. For today, see how long you can actually remain in the present moment of now and let your mind totally relax. What will it take until all of your internal dialogue stops and the suffering is released? Your body-mind will naturally find this peaceful relaxation when you are giving 100% of yourself to this experience of life, right here and now. Take this with you for the rest of the day into the evening, night, and the following morning. We will return here Friday, July 29th, 2022, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call.